Hi. Okay, so I'm a Microsoft Technical Evangelist. I represent developer experience team within Microsoft here for mostly Latvia, but I'm also covering some things in Baltics and right now more stuff in Lithuania because my colleague there left, and I'm also covering some start of things we are doing in Lithuania for the time being, let's say for the next 2 months. And today I would like to speak about some announcements we made some time ago regarding Windows 10, which are relevant most, let's say, for developers. So how many of here are developers? Okay. How many here are techies? And then after that I will also use this opportunity to remind about our startup support program and let's say urge you to, for the ones who are eligible to, let's say, get the biggest support package we are offering now. So, oh my God, you cannot see anything, but okay. So a couple of weeks ago we had this conference in San Francisco where we announced very interesting things for the, let's say, Windows developers who are also developing maybe some apps for Windows. So for Windows, we are promising, with Windows 10, we are promising that in the next 2-3 years we will get it to 1 billion devices around the world through different form factors. It's a very huge number, and let's say it's our promise for developers from Microsoft Corporation side. And with this promise we also unveiled our universal app platform, which allows you to build one app which, let's say, the same code you can use on the different form factors, meaning the same app will run on, let's say, Internet of Things devices, which are small embedded sensory devices, stuff like that, till the, let's say, very huge screens, which are, I don't know, like with touch and so on, in 4K or bigger resolutions and so on. And or even in holographic environments, which we presented this holographic headset HoloLens. And another thing which we unveiled there is that we are trying to make Windows, let's say, the most approachable platform for developers, meaning that we are lowering all, let's say, entry barriers for developers who want to develop their apps for Windows. That means that you can actually compile and run on and publish in Windows Store apps which you created for Android in Java or C++, and the same goes also for iOS apps which you created in Objective-C. So the ones who created that, let's say, depending on your scenario, you could, let's say, open your project in Visual Studio, convert that, and hope that it will work. In, let's say, near future. SDKs and developer tools are already out, so you can try them out and I don't know, on virtual machine or on your device and see how it works. But the current SDKs are not, let's say, go-to-market version, so as they don't have this license. So you should, let's say, for your final product, you should wait till Windows 10 is released. And who knows when Windows 10 will be released? July. When it's done, it will be never done because it's SaaS. Because it's more kind of in sense. It's going to be continuous improved. The same as Riga, as we know. Riga is never done. Yes, it will come out in, let's say, summer. And another thing which is also kind of cool from this slide, which I would like to mention to you, is that, so those developers who are here, I guess most of you are web developers who are creating stuff for websites. I mean, like HTML5 stuff, JavaScript, or stuff like that, yes or no? Or all are app developers here? Or whatever, I know. Enterprise developers, come on. But okay, then you were writing like backend systems or I don't know, some SQL. So another thing is, which we announced, which is kind of important, is we released or let's say new browser for public availability, and you can actually test it. And there is one message I would like to ask from you. So as you will find probably my name, and then through my name you will find my contacts. You can actually report to me, let's say, bugs there if you find. Because if you are creating your websites and let's say you run into issues that this browser does not render your HTML perfectly done, nice thing correctly, we will fix it until release. So come back to me and then say if you, let's say, you are having your nice website working on, let's say, Chrome or Safari, whatever, and the same code you rendered does not work there, then you can actually just report and we will try to fix these things for you. Because outside of only industry standards, it will also follow, let's say, other standards which are set de facto in industry, meaning that if there is some kind of WebKit specific prefixes, it will also implement them, which is a bit techie talk, sorry, for the ones who are not techie. So another thing here is which picture you can see we presented this HoloLens thing where you can, let's say, we are working with towards holographic reality stuff, where you can put glasses on your head and, let's say, see some computer-generated imagery in front of you and maybe interact with that. And another important thing is, let's say, for the ones who are creating some business software, is, let's say, that now we have finally, let's say, our model for creating nice Office and SharePoint plugins in terms, like not, let's say, Office 365, in terms that you can create HTML5 apps and they will run, the same app will run in browser, in iOS devices, in Macs, in web browsers, and everywhere. So the same app you write once, let's say, as plugin for Office software suite, you will be able, let's say, to deliver to your customers regardless of device, whatever they're using this software, piece of software, and integrate with that. And it's standards compliant HTML APIs, meaning that you can even also create, let's say, just add another, let's say, presentation layer on top of your app, if you kind of, so that it's kind of cool thing to do regarding information. So using opportunity, as I'm here in TechHub, I would like to remind that you can apply for Bespark and get all these nice things which are written down here. The biggest one is here, essentially, is that you can get, let's say, a bunch of cloud service for free, and we are not asked from our side, and you can run whatever you want there, and you will get also support for even for non-Microsoft technologies you are using in our cloud platform. We will try to provide you, let's say, some technical guidance and support how to make stuff work there. And after that, also, if you are using some Microsoft things, then you also will get, let's say, free developer licenses for whatever you get for 3 years, let's say, for newest versions, and after that you can keep them if you use something. Another important thing is when you go big and you need to scale, we have this Azure 60K offer where we are giving in kind, meaning we are not asking anything from you, $60K dollars for consumption in our cloud service. And to do that, let's say, to get all these benefits, you need to comply to, let's say, 5 rules. I know some people here who know the rules, so I may ask them from audience. So what are the rules? There are, let's say, 4. So let's say, okay, so first, I guess, is that you need to be in which industry? Yes, IT. So you need to be developing software, either, let's say, your product or service offering, which could be, I don't know, something is on SaaS business model. Another one is you need to be less than 5 years old in company, a registered company, let's say in company registered in Latvia. Then you need to make less than $1 million per year in revenue, meaning it's not turnover, but it's in revenue. And also, there was, oh yeah, and you need to be a privately held company, meaning you cannot be, let's say, traded on stock market, which is very hard requirement to meet in this region. And we are not asking actually anything. There is no any hard commitments from your side for all the support we are giving. And so you can apply for Bespark Plus just by, let's say, pinging me. And let's say from Latvia. And then I would like for the companies who are eligible and also graduated from some kind of accelerator, let's say, I don't know, within region where we have accelerators, then, or you are big enough and you can convince me and then I convince my bosses in France that you are pretty, let's say, mature and can deliver on global startup, then I can give you, let's say, I can nominate you for this offer within company, but I will lose these rights, let's say, in a couple of months. So don't, let's say, wait till later. So you do that now, but I cannot disclose why I will lose them or what will happen next. Let's say no information from me. So for the ones who are more interested, let's say on develop. Oh my God, you cannot see links. It's okay. So for the ones who are more interested in development side of things, so you can go to Channel 9 or just, let's say, use search engine and write build conference, and then you can watch all the sessions and get more, let's say, on whatever time you want, all deep dive into, let's say, code and stuff which you can do with Windows 10. And then in meetups.com you can find Meetup for in Latvia next week for, let's say, speaking and trying out and hacking some Windows 10 apps if you want. And also, if you want to create, let's say, some games, you can go this weekend just after Latitude. You can stay in Estonia and join into Tallinn in Windows 10 Game Jam, where the guys will be hacking and creating some Windows, let's say, games in hackathon. So it will be some nice stuff to do. So if you have some questions or if I have some time left.
Time for a couple questions. 1, 2, 3, no questions. Okay, thank you very much, Aigars.